Right, well everything is not far away when you're in Tasmania, and just a short drive from the honey and the cheese and lots of other things in the town to do with Perth. It was a very lovely town in Perth. We're now in Longford and we're at a little place called Longford Berries. Now this one took my attention on Wikicamps, and when I got the brochure, these guys, I think it's pick your own, but I see a little stall down here with ice creams and stuff as well, but strawberries, raspberries, gooseberries, Sylvanian berries, boysenberries, Marianne berries and Josta berries. Let me know if you know every one of those, because there's 3 of them that I don't know, and one I haven't had for a long time, the old gooseberry. So pop down, give it a try. So check this out. So these are, what do you call them,
Sylvan berries?
Sylvanberry. So they're obviously from the blackberry family, are they?
Oh yeah, I reckon they were blackberry strawberry cross at some point in time.
Very nice, actually.
Really, really lovely fruit. They're on the go right now through there. And the taller bushes there, just over the wire, where you see that other young lady picking, they're Oscar berries over there. And they're a cross between the blackcurrant and the gooseberry. They're the healthiest thing we grow, to be honest. Absolutely chockers in antioxidants. Yeah, and make great sorbets and shortcakes and jams, and they're great to stir through all the other sweet berries. Along the top we have all our strawberry fields. We have 3 fields at the moment, 1, 2, 3. People can pick from. Over that way are our gooseberries on the bushes, and then we've got Marianne berries. Blackberries will be mid-January. They're going to be early this year.
Right. Dennis is good enough to give us a quick little mention on where to go, and a bit of the old the vines of which is which. Sadly, the one which I would have liked to try would have been like the gooseberry. It's not ready yet, sadly. But Jude's picking, I think it was the silverberry or something. Beautiful. Tried it. It's yummy. And I think she's going to go and grab some strawberries as well. So a terrific little place to come. Just Mecca if you love your berries. It's really nice. And then you pay for the only what you pick, not per the container. There's no entry fee, and there's also a little caravan set up so you can try some ice creams and flavours. And of course I was in the little humpy there with some tasting, so I look forward to maybe a little dabble with that. So cool little place to come. Easy to come in with a van. There was a little bridge that you come over, and there was some low-lying sort of vines and a tree. But I managed to get in here okay with the motorhome, but you leave your caravan behind. But there's plenty of parking though, and the vans and things, I got plenty of room in there. So this little cart here, Dennis tells me is a one of the hydro humpies. Around here they did a lot of hydro dam development, and they needed something to cart all the machinery and tools and bits and pieces. This was one of the little trailers that they had, heavy duty chassis and things. Back in 1930s it was done. So he's managed to salvage it and use it as a little bit of a gin tasting room at his berry farm here. So quite nice. Still got the original floor and skin on it. Definitely a nice little addition to the farm. How's that? Here's the old sails and the bar. So we'll go out. The paddocks are out and behind us here. I don't know whether you can see. Jude's popped over towards the strawberry field to go and get some, and yeah, he charges by the kilo. It doesn't charge by the entry. And he's also got some ice creams and some stuff to try as well, and some gin, I believe. Could be twisted, my arm. My arm could be twisted. Our Longford Berry farm, pretty successful, eh?
Yes.
So we managed to get some berries, some strawberries, some, what were they? Those are silver and berries or something.
Yes.
And of course we've got a little bit of liquid berries as well. Well, the weather's fined up a bit. We've had a couple of days of miserable weather, haven't we?
Yes, it's been a bit. It hasn't actually really been too cold, but very wet.
Yeah, so we parked up into a nice camp. We'll show you that. That's Old Max. But our first adventure for today is going to be the beautiful Cataract Gorge. Seen a lot about it, read a lot about it. Here I am in person with my sidekick.
Should be fun.
Well, we're down here in Cataract Gorge, well, the first basin anyway. So behind me is the first basin. It's kind of like a little bit of lake formed by the river pulling up in. Around about 36 metres deep, I think it is. And then it continues its way down where it joins the Tamar River. Now you might notice above me some wires and some people sitting in chairs. Now that there is the world's greatest span chairlift ride. It's around about 460 metres from there across to there. There's a great little parkland, which is the other reason it's just so nice and close to Launceston. And it's obviously a great little place to come for people to picnic and enjoy the sun and sit on the grass and go for a swim. Brings me to another thing. Back in 2022 there was a flood here. Now which way to go first? We'll go over here. So you can see the pylon, which is for the, I think it's the Alexander swing bridge. Right, I'll just swing around here now. This pylon here, you can see the flat rock that it's on. Water nearly came up to the top of that flat rock around about 2022 October. So that meant all this green grass, all that swimming pool, right up to behind that tree there, right around to nearly the height of the door sill. Looks like some barbecue areas over there. So where I'm standing, at least, I don't know, 10 or 12 feet above my, well, I'm 6 foot, so twice of me. This would have been just all covered in, well, water, silt, logs. Yeah, pretty incredible to turn it around and have the pool back again, and you would never have known. So here we go, Alexandra Suspension Bridge. The original Alexander Suspension Bridge was officially opened in November the 29th, 1904. Named after Queen Alexandra, the bridge was designed by the city surveyor Charles St. John David and fabricated by the local Salisbury Foundry Company. Construction of the bridge enabled visitors to walk from cliff grounds to First Basin. In April 1929, the bridge was washed away by a severe flood, and reconstruction was completed in 1931, with further works on the bridge undertaken in 2003. Well, here we go, the Alexander Bridge. Walking over it now, basically I'm walking over the South-esque river. Now this river was one that we camped on further up the way at Honeysuckle campsite. We crisscrossed it quite a few times to get to Launceston here, and it's not long down the road, down the river here before it then turns into the Tamar River. Pretty nice. Rightio, made it to, I think this place is called the Sentinel. So it's a cantilevered platform out over the south-east river. A great little vantage point. It must honk around this corner and flood, fill this entire top of the gorge. But at the moment, well, we've had a couple of days with a little bit of rain, and there's a fair bit of flow going on down there somewhere. Where are we? There we go. When the power station was first built in 1895, the only access across the river was by flying fox. In 1896, Electric Light Committee recommended a suspension bridge be constructed across the gorge to make the power station more accessible. Manufactured by Salisbury Foundation Company in Launceston, the bridge was designed by a civil engineer, The bluestone pylons on this side of the river is all that remains of the original bridge, which was swept away in a devastating 1929 flood. The rebuild in 1930, the bridge was again destroyed by flooding in 1969. All that remains of the 1930 rebuild is the reinforcing concrete pylon on the opposite bank. After an absence of 26 years, the bridge was finally rebuilt in 1995 using the existing pylons and the original designs. It is 56 metres long and 1 metre wide. I'm inside a little shed on the other side of the river. This housed the workings of the Flying Fox back in 1895. This thing here was able to, it was capable of 1.5 tonnes. What a bad little workhorse, eh? Interesting flood damage. So at the time of construction in 1895, the Duck Ridge Power Station was situated above the highest known water level of the Southeast River. However, the unprecedented 1929 floods broke all records and the station was destroyed by the force of flood waters. There's a great little tour through the power station. It's well worth it. There's a little bit of a digital presentation going on. So there was 5 turbines down in here supplying power to Launceston. Back in, it was built in 1895, and then it had that big flood go through in 1929, which basically, where I'm standing, the only thing that was left was pretty much that wall and the turbines. Everything else was cleaned off. So it was restarted up around about the 1930s and went to about 1950 until it was replaced. So yeah, the water, I think it peaked in this area here around about nearly 10 metres. So the river, this Esk River, flows behind me and then comes around this hill and then flows down where we've walked up. But this area behind me is apparently a hole that was creating a waterfall that come down here. So basically what they've done is that they've tapped into that waterfall and that hole and poured the water down around the back of the building and then through to the turbines, then to make its way back into the river. So pretty amazing, a bit of achievement. And then there was power lines that went back up to a distribution place and sent it to the city. It's just the tip of the iceberg for hydroelectric power around Tasmania back then.